Hello. How are you feeling? I'm feeling okay. Turns out today has kind of been a lot of not quite hangover, but a kind of hangover from yesterday's wedding. You see, last night it was a big party. The food was self-serve. The pies didn't have wedding cake; they had wedding pies, plural. The pies were self-serve. I had two pieces of really fantastic pie, and I'll be frank, I almost took a third pie slice, but thankfully I didn't because I would have thrown up. I just had too much food in me. And a single digit number of beers. More than two, but less than 10. And I was just really full, stuffed full, like the entire night. So when I woke up this morning, didn't feel great. Really didn't feel great. Not pukey, but just kind of like, ugh, I don't feel good at all. So I had like a tiny breakfast. When I was with the kids and my mom, we all kind of had lunch, except I didn't really order any lunch. I just sort of picked at whatever anyone else didn't finish. So, not fantastic. Then my mom said, "Oh, I got some Pepto-Bismol. You want one? I'll take one of those." Drank a bunch of water, and eventually I felt a little better. But yeah, kind of the day I was in a little bit of haze today. But we had fun. We went way downtown, I guess probably out of town, to the Museum of Flight. It's actually a really big museum. We kind of gave up about halfway through because we were tired. We just walked around the sort of, the pavilion, the gallery, like the actual planes. Here is this part of the museum where you see actual airplanes, not the indoor sort of, here's some exhibits, here's some posters on some walls. Like, here is a big hangar for airplanes for you to look at. I enjoy that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if the kids do. The kids have flown in a lot of airplanes considering how young they are, but I don't know if they're at the stage where they actually examine the airplane and think about how the airplanes work. I think like their primary reaction to most old airplanes is like, there's no TVs in these old airplanes. Like, no, son, daughter. Used to be an era where there were no TVs in the airplanes, and you just had to sit there and contemplate life for a few hours. Or read a book, I guess. Bring a Walkman. But yeah, looked at the airplanes, had some fun looking at the airplanes. The museum had a cafe which was next to the airplanes, and the seats were underneath the airplane, so we ate our lunch underneath a vintage airplane. I don't know which one. Though I must say, one of the more interesting ones was an actual Air Force One. I don't know if it was the first Air Force One, but certainly one of the earlier ones. Like, Eisenhower used it, and Kennedy and Johnson and Nixon was the last one to use it. So outside the airplane was a big statue of Nixon and whoever was in charge of China when Nixon went to China, and like they were really excited about this thing. Oh yeah, Nixon took this plane to China. It's like, okay, great. I mean, that was an important trip, but it was an airplane. Another airplane would have done. I just thought it was cute because you looked inside and it's like everything was still cramped, everything was still tiny. The toilets were nothing special. There was one toilet I'm pretty sure was only for the president, and it had a tiny bit more room. So I had to laugh as I took a picture. I was like, presidents plural, shit on this toilet, and I thought that was amusing. They've cleaned it obviously. There was also a really big exhibit that was a FedEx plane, and it was all about how FedEx is very important in the world of shipping and airplanes, and wow, isn't FedEx amazing, and brought to you by FedEx. It was like really kind of awkward. Like, it's obvious FedEx paid for this. Like, I hope they paid for it because it's an incredible commercial for them. Covered their logo. But yeah, other than that, we were really, really tired. We went back. We kind of crashed at my mom's place a little bit. Her Airbnb. And then my sister appeared from wherever she was, and we all went out for Vietnamese food, which I almost never eat. I was sort of saying, I eat a lot of Asian cuisine living in Asia, but I almost never eat Vietnamese cuisine, even though it's readily available. I think it's because most places in Japan, it's all about pho, or I don't know how to pronounce it, pho. I'm not a really big fan of pho. Like, I want the banh mi. We went out to dinner and they had banh mi. Like, yes, give me the banh mi. It was delicious. The pho, I could really care less. Now, fried pho. Every year in Busan, I get some fried pho. That is delicious. It's like yakisoba, but 10 times better. Anyway, kind of a quiet day. Tomorrow, somehow might be quieter. Let's find out. Good night, everybody. I love you.